Hey, I have a bone to pick with you.
What?
There's a reminder that goes off on your phone 9 p.m. every evening that you never attend to.
Well, can you be a bit more specific?
Well, the reminder that goes off to remind you to check in with me.
Well, I mean, I do it already. And besides, if I've checked in earlier in the day, why do I need to wait for the reminder again?
Well,
it's kind of like a calendar task. If you've done it, you've done it.
No, I'd rather you check in with me as many times as you can, okay?
Yeah.
Hi there, and welcome to Relationship Goals with ZeeZee and Ladi. So glad to have you with us again, where we share our lives. Yes, the highs, the mistakes, the lessons learned, and hope that we can work you through those sticky patches that always rear their heads in relationships. So it's great to have you here, and then hopefully we can help and get you through the tough times in your relationship.
Hey guys, and I'm so happy to be able to join ZeeZee on this journey again. And if you're watching, after watching the previous video that we put out, thanks for joining again. If it's the first time that you're watching, thanks for tuning in, and please make sure you check out some of the other videos that will be on her page, especially the one we put out just before this one, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so the last video was about the power of being able to remember the good times in your relationship. Remember, we're talking tips and principles for a good relationship or a happy relationship. And the previous video just showed the importance of having honest conversations throughout your relationship. And we strongly feel like when you do these things, these two things hand in hand, it will help you weather a lot of the storms that come with relationships. But like we said, I mean, in the previous video, these things need to be combined with some other important principles or tips that will make your relationship work. So in this video, we'll be talking about another important principle, and that is the check-in. We call it the check-in.
Okay, so what we're trying to do here is take you guys through a different layer of the first tip that we shared in the first video. The tip about always having honest conversations and always talking, right? And a very, very practical step that's so simple yet it's so hard to do is to check in with each other every single day.
Yes.
I say it's hard to do because I'm sure a lot of you watching this video probably already know to do that, but you probably don't do it all the time anyway. You have to check in with your partner. I mean, speak to them first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening, depending on your schedules, whatever works out for you guys. You talk about how their day was or the previous day, But here's the thing: these conversations, they have to be stress-reducing conversations,
Yes.
not stress-enhancing conversations.
I repent, yes. So I think what Ladi is actually trying to tell you here is that if there's a way to help your partner cope with the stress that you're dealing with outside the relationship, it will help reduce the stress in the relationship. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think that's just key. That's key.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And of course, you should always make time to talk about the issues between the both of you. You should, right? But there also needs to be time. There needs to be time to discuss the issues that your partner is dealing with outside in the real world, and it's best you separate both, right? So the thing is, if you combine both, you are giving the partner who doesn't like to deal with tension in the relationship a reason to avoid having conversations with you. But if they know that there's a time that you set apart for you guys to talk about issues, things going on with them, and in the other parts of their life, exactly, like work, family, or things that they're more likely to be open about talking, this is the time you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, this is something you guys just have to figure out based on your different schedules and what works for you. You don't have to you have to wait until you both want to talk, right? It's like ZeeZee said, it's not the time to talk about the stress between you. It's not the time to talk about all the other stuff. It's the time to talk about how you can support each other through the different things that you're dealing with. And these conversations, they have to be non-judgmental conversations with a lot of active listening.
Yes.
We should probably do a video on active listening.
We'll talk about active listening at some point.
And it's the thing is that it's not the time to make your partner the object of complaining. It's about making the outside world the object of the complaints that you need to levy out, right?
Absolutely. And when you have this conversation, take turns to complain. Don't give them unsolicited advice. Show interest. Show that you are actually listening. Like Ladi mentioned, we'll do something on active listening. Communicate your understanding back to your spouse. This is what I understand. And always, always, always take your partner's side on the issue that they are complaining about, no matter how irrational they want to be. It's really about adopting that whole Bonnie and Clyde mentality. It's like the two of you against the world. You have to adopt that.
So another one of my sidebar stories that I feel will help drive home this point for you guys, right?
Gosh.
Anyway, so many years ago, we counseled a couple, right? The wife was a lawyer, but she was on the board of her husband's company, and some of the other board members were also lawyers, right? And the husband's the CEO, but the board members, they didn't really like how he was running the business, and they have this board meeting, right, where they present their case to him, they present the issues they had with what he was doing to him, and they also came from a legal perspective. These are some of the things you're doing wrong, blah blah blah. Now the wife was in this meeting, and she actually took the side of the other lawyers on the board because it was the right quote unquote legal position. And she saw nothing wrong with that. She didn't think she should have found a way to have, maybe excused herself from that particular decision-making process, just to show her husband some level of support. And that situation, it really created mad friction between them. So sometimes you need to be able to ask yourself a critical question when your partner's complaints against the rest of the world are irrational. You need to be able to ask yourself that, look, what's more important, right? What's more important to you right now? Is it being right, or is it supporting your partner? You need to basically make that as a decision.
Absolutely. And maybe we'll check in with viewers on that, if that was a good example. If you don't think it was a good example, please let us know in the comments, just so Ladi can stop with these rabbit trails he likes to go on, right? But anyway, getting us back to the point, sometimes you want to support your partner this way, but you might get no reaction from them. And this might be because your partner might not need this type of support. So different people have different intimacy and support needs. So if your partner is one that prefers to process their issues on their own, please give them space to do so. Don't force it. No need to. Now, some people need to pull away on a regular basis. So if your relationship with such a person is going to work, you have to respect this. It's just something you'll have to do.
Okay, so I think that's another good tip for the viewers. Look, have honest conversations regularly, like we said in the earlier video. Make an effort to remember why you're together regularly as well. Check in on each other regularly by having stress-reducing conversations.
Yes. And
combining all these tips will help lead you down the path towards a successful relationship.
I totally agree. So folks, that's it from us. There are more tips that when you combine with these other ones and the other ones we've had will not just solidify your relationship. So make sure you look out for our other videos that we have coming up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm really hoping that you like and share this video. Now, we'd love to hear from you, so leave us a comment below. Your take absolutely matters to us. And tell us what you think. What are the benefits of checking in with your spouse? What benefits could that bring to your relationship? You tell us your point of view. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you know when there's a new and exciting video out. Follow us on Instagram, where you can send your questions, join our private Facebook group, and let's have these important discussions that help to build healthy relationships. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.